Hi everyone, my name is Dee Roussel, also known as Deja, and today we're going to be talking about my February TBR. I have not done a TBR in a long time, and most of that is because I don't really stick to my TBRs, but since it is Black History Month, I was thinking that I should probably just let you guys know what I'm thinking of reading, and then I actually have a couple of buddy reads and readathons that I'm participating in. So let's just go right into the video. The first readathon that I'm going to be participating in is the Missy Elliot Readathon, which is hosted by Shay with the Hobbies, and it's being co-hosted by Britt Riderly. I want to say Deidre from Shade Tree Reads and Day from Hayes Day. I could be wrong, but of course all that information will be linked down below. For this readathon and the next one, I am going to be doubling up on the prompts. So I'm really not reading that many books, but I am going to be hopefully completing all of the prompts. So the first book that I plan to read for next month, and I'm looking at my notebook because I would not remember any of these prompts otherwise, but the first book that I plan to read will fulfill the prompt of a piece of short fiction, a Black book recommended to you by a Black person, and a book co-authored by 2 or more Black people, and read a book in a style that you're not used to. The book that I'm going to be reading for all of those is Africa Risen, and I'm super excited to read this because short stories have been a love of mine since I was in college. When I was taking a creative writing course, we were learning how to write short stories, and so by doing that we were also reading short stories. They are just such an underutilized skill because not every author can write short stories, and I'm feeling like the short stories in this one are going to be ones that I really enjoy. I don't necessarily want an entire plot in a short story. I really just want to explore themes and character work, and so I'm feeling like this is really gonna give it to me, and so I'm super excited. This is also one of the buddy reads for the Missy Elliot Readathon. The next book that I plan to read is Clap Back, which will fulfill the prompt of a book with an onomatopoeia in the title. Clap Back is by Neal Hopkinson, and I feel like I've read something by this author before, but I'm not sure. I think it was years ago when I was a teenager. But this is a short story as well, and I'm super excited to try it. I really wanted to try those Amazon short stories that they've been doing, and I figured this would be a great one to start with. The next book that I have is Darknesses, which, another time I'm putting this on this TBR, and I'm really hoping that I get to it this time. But Darknesses will fulfill the prompt of a strong female Black lead. And actually this has 2 Black female leads, I'm pretty sure. And I'm super excited to read it. Honestly, I feel like the reason why I haven't read it yet is because I've just been so disappointed by the books that I've been so excited to read. And so I really don't want this one to be one of those. But I'm super excited to read it. Hopefully I will get to it this month. It just sounds right up my alley, and I'm just so excited to read it. And then the last book that I plan to read for the Missy Elliot Readathon is Return to the Enchanted Island, and this will fulfill the prompt of a book not set in the US or the UK. This book is actually translated. The author is from Madagascar, which I thought was very interesting. I don't think I've ever read a book by an author from Madagascar, and I think it was one of the first 2 books to be translated from Madagascar, and so I'm super excited to try it out. It's a novella, and I haven't heard too many good reviews on it, but honestly I still want to try it out for myself because it could be a hidden gem that I just really like. So super excited to try this one out. So the next readathon that I'm planning to participate in is For the Culture, which is by Book Tribe, who just started her channel, so of course you should go subscribe. But I'm super excited for this one. I think I participated in this one last year, but I'm not sure. This one has 16 prompts, so of course I'm doubling up because there's no way I'm about to read 16 books in February. So the first one that I will be reading is I Thought My Soul Would Rise and Fly, and I actually have this book on the way right now because I ordered it. And this book will fulfill the prompt of steal a book off of somebody's TBR and a book set during a holiday. This is on a list of books to read to understand Juneteenth and stuff, so I'm definitely counting it because Juneteenth is now a holiday. And also with this one, I will be buddy reading this book with Courtney at Tangible Reads, and she will be linked down below. So if you want to buddy read this with us, definitely feel free. This will be like a very interesting book to read. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I'm super excited to just discuss it with everybody. The next book that I have is Remember the Time by Tay Monet, and this will fulfill the prompt of a book with a pink cover. This one I got off of one of those like free book sales that they do like every year, and this was a Black author edition, and this one I didn't really know what it was about until I actually got it. When I was reading the synopsis for this one, I thought that it sounded like a really good emotional romance, and I feel like those are the kind of romances that I really enjoy, and so I picked up this one. The next few prompts are for a book that I've already mentioned, which is Darknesses. The prompts that I'm using this one for are sapphic book, a book in a genre that Black people are severely underrated in, and a Black Gothic. The next few prompts are another book that I've already mentioned, and that is Africa Risen. And I'm hoping to use this book to fulfill the prompts of a Black fantasy book, a buddy read, and books featuring Black people doing the impossible. And since this is speculative, I was thinking that this would definitely fit that. And then another book that I've already mentioned is Return to the Enchanted Island, which I'm hoping to use for the prompt of read a book set in an African country. So there's that one. A book that I haven't mentioned before is Brown Girl Dreaming, and I'm hoping to use Brown Girl Dreaming to fulfill the prompt of poetry. The next book that I have is The Romantic Agenda by Claire Kahn. I haven't read anything by Claire Kahn before, but I really did want to pick this one up because it sounds really good. And I'm using this one to fulfill the prompts of Black Boy Joy because I'm thinking this is a Black romance, or at least I'm hoping it is. But if it's not, then I will just choose another book. But Black Boy Joy, because since it's a romance and hopefully it's a Black guy, they will be joyful in getting in a romance. And then the other prompt that I'm hoping that this will fill is Fake Dating. I don't think I've read Fake Dating since I was in high school with the To All the Boys I Loved Before, and after I read that, like, I didn't really feel like reading it again. So maybe I have read something, I just don't remember them. But anyway, this is Fake Dating, and I'm hoping that I really enjoy this. And I just really love the cover too. And then the last book that I plan to read is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and this will hopefully fulfill the prompts of an award-winning book and a book that's set to be a movie. I saw some article where I saw that this was supposed to be a movie, even though it came out like years ago, but I've heard nothing but great things. I heard it's like a really hard-hitting book, and I'm going to be listening to it on audiobook. I have never read Jason Reynolds, so this will be my first introduction to him, but I have high hopes for this, just considering like how many people love this book. And then the last book that I have on my TBR is Mulebone by Zora, Neal, Hurston, and Langston Hughes. I'm going to be getting this one from my library. I'm going to be participating in the Zora, Neal, Hurston Readalong with Books with Brandy Shanae and Bring Cherie Reads. So I'm super excited to read this. I've only read one book by Zora, Neal, Hurston, and I think that is the Barracoons book that was recently released like a few years ago. I don't really know what Mulebone is about, but I'm intrigued to read like her entire backlist. But that wraps up all of the books that I plan to read for February, or at least all the books that's on my TBR. Who knows, I might even do better than that and read even more books, and hopefully that will be the case. But I think that as long as I finish this TBR, I will be really proud of myself because I never finish a TBR. But thank you for watching so much. If you have watched this video until the end, please leave a fist emoji for all of the Black History Month reads that we're going to be reading. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!